Got my back waxed last week by this beautiful little Polish girl. And man, some of those hairs, she pulls them like, you're like, damn, boy. Some of those things, I think they were hooked into my spine, Just cure scoliosis. They just rip that thing up and suddenly your scurvy is healed up. And and where I'm from, I grew up where, you remember when they used to have the thing at school where you would do the scurvy test. And they'd come over and they'd get you all in a line and they'd stand you one after the other. And then they would you'd have to bend over. And then somebody would rub their hand. And when I really think about this, it's really, for a little bit it's erotic, but it's also they wouldn't allow this these days because everybody's a real piece of shit. But whoever, the instructor or somebody who knew about scurvy or scoliosis, would take their hand and just rub it up your spine. And I remember as I got older, as I hit about 6th grade, dude, I think I might have even, sprayed out once when they were just testing me for scoliosis because I was, I had that, there wasn't much room between that skeet inside of me and whatever was going on in the outside world. I remember one time somebody scared me really bad and I just came on myself because I've always had wild nerves and heavy nerves, thick with nerves. I think if you looked inside of me, a lot of people have a lot of veins in them and, different, bones, bone structure, skeleton. And I know we're all operating on the same, the same operating system or the skeleton. I know we all have the same basic template inside of us. But, I think everybody's a little different in there. And I think, I've always had, small lungs, and that's what the doctor told me. I had small rib cage. I had the rib, the torso, the inner torso, the skeletal torso of a large cat. And I remember our family doctor telling me that when I was young. And I've always, I remember getting scared once and just put my penis and balls just kind of, just ejaculated into my pants. And that was just, that's just me growing up. And part of that is growing pains and just being young and feeling the vibrant energy of being youthful. But, I was always right there. It was always just one quick touch was going to get me to pop off. Some people, it's that, when it comes to, sex, there's a lot of different, special tactics and Kama Sutra, a lot of, foreplay or vibrant fucking or fucking outdoors or whatever gets you, whatever gets your marbles to spin. But for me, it was just, I needed a surprise moment. And that's what would really get me, like if I was fucking a girl and she told me a ghost story, I'd come in a heartbeat. And that's just how I am. That's everybody's body reacts differently to the environment. But yeah, I remember that scoliosis test, man. It was, that thing was, it would turn you on a little bit. Because first of all, they'd have a couple ladies come from the doctor, or whatever, the doctor, local hospital or whatever. And you didn't know these ladies. These were some fresh ladies. But what I'm saying is these ladies would come to school and they would touch your spine. And you didn't know these ladies. And you had just gotten, when you start thinking about sex and you're young, you get that. It's like, somebody just put a hit of acid inside of your dick. And your penis just starts seeing colors and thinking about the future. And that's what would happen, man. And so I remember these ladies would come to check us for scoliosis and I'd be erect, man. I'd say, I think I got it. They'd be like, no, you don't have it. I'd be like, I think you got to check again. Get Janet over here to check at the same time. I'm trying to, I'm trying to get this 6th grade threesome going. I'm trying to have 2 ladies rubbing on my spine at the same time. But I remember that was a crazy time, man, when you get your back checked out at school and you would know if you had scoliosis or if you had some kind of spine impingement. But yeah, when you get that back waxed, I think this lady pulled something out of, my posture has been better since she took this one rip. And they do these little rips right around by your panty line. Right by that male panty line. where they got that hair so delicate right there. My goodness. It's like, what farmer grew these little baby rabbits? I mean, that hair right around your panty line is so soft. It's just such the softest hair. And it's almost dangerous to even have, I feel like. But yeah, so I got my back waxed, and I'm feeling good. Well, thanks for watching that video right there. That was a beautiful little segment, I think. But of course, I'm partisan to myself. But you can move on to another video right now. You could check on this video or on this video. That's 2 different options. And you can also subscribe to the channel. Check on a new video. Subscribe to the channel. Check, subscribe, check, subscribe.